Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is having a great weekend so far. I'm just here continuing to kind of unpack and organize our new temporary home, well, for the next 11 months. And I'm just, I haven't spoken on it for a long time because there hasn't been much of a standstill, and you're just disheartened because it's like, is anything ever going to happen? And this is pertaining to the Adriana Young case out of Guyana, South America. She's an 11-year-old little girl who was visiting a pool in a hotel and disappeared, came up unalived. Suspicions from the start of who was involved. Was it the hotel, police, politicians, family members, and so on. And now allegedly hearing that not only because we all had suspicions that the grandmother and the cousin were involved with the owners, and whether it's spiritual, whether it's political, a mix of all of why this little girl was taken and sacrificed unalived. And now hearing that possibly the parents were involved, and I'm not shocked, but I'm just sad. I'm not shocked because you know about, well, I mean, if your eyes are open and you listen to what's happening in your world, you listen to what's happening in the world, you know that human trafficking is a thing. Most people who are human trafficked, whether it's adults or children, it's not done by strangers. Most of it's done by people they know, their family members, friends. So the fact that she could possibly be allegedly have been literally sold and her parents knew. There have been a few, and this is all coming to light on Talk to Things TV with Five Feelings. He's the host, and he's been involved with the parents and the cousin, who has kind of been like the representative. And Haley Comet, she's a English YouTuber. I think she's out of London. Had kind of pulled herself away from the case because she was, speculating that, it's all about money, and possibly parents were involved, other people. Is it Miss Sam? She's English, but she's English Jamaican descent. And she's a psychic, and she had spoken about this, and she was kind of like, this is about money. She's like, this is about money, and yes, and the grandmother is involved and the cousin's involved, but I think, and I can't remember if she said it outright, but the parents are involved too. This is about money. The parents are having this go on and on and on for money. It's about money. I don't understand people who do the dirtiest deeds. They will take somebody's life or pay for somebody to take somebody's life, give over people to be harmed, to be unalived. They will do all kind of wickedness for money, for gold, for silver, for oil, for land. All for things, for temporary riches that they cannot take when they leave this body, when they leave this earth. All the things that they acquired immorally, unethically, illegally, to enjoy temporary riches. Because this life, when you look at it, especially as the older you get, you'll realize you realize how short life is. Because you ever think like, oh my gosh, it's already June, it's already July, and every year you seem to keep saying that, and it seems to keep flying by faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. And the older you get, you will realize how short life is. Even if you live to 90, I'm assuming I'm not 90, obviously, but it's like literally life went by in a blink. And you're doing all of these immoral, and I'm going to turn on my fan because I'm boiling, my little fan. You are doing all of these things, selling out to your family members, selling out to your child, and we're learning. And I think because even from the beginning, the grandmother, Sabrian's mother, said that that's not her grandchild, and which made sense because it were like, okay, if you gave this child to the people at the hotel for a sacrifice, and if it's not your blood, you're like, meh, I always know it wasn't my son's kid, so I don't care. I don't have any feelings towards them like I do my other grandchildren, so that made sense. But it's all making sense. The parents went to the hotel on the night and are like, I know my child is in there. We were just thinking, oh, they have a connection to your child. But she knew she was in there. At the funeral of Adriana, one of Sabrian's, I think it was his sister, said that she knows, or there's video of the mother of Adriana getting money. You sold everybody involved, essentially, however you were tied, whether you were involved in the transportation, whether you were involved in the physical act of unaliving this baby girl. You did this for temporary money. Temporary money. Because let's face it, we all know Guyana is corrupt. I've been hearing Guyana is corrupt my entire life. Nobody is going to jail. Because if one person goes to jail, they're going to talk, and everybody's going to jail. Every policeman, politician, owner, family member. If one person's going down, you know they're taking everybody down. So nobody's going to jail. And that is disheartening that nobody is going to go to jail for this baby girl. This baby girl was most likely tortured before she was unalived. And I said this in Fire Feelings comment section, and I'm going to say it here. Whether you believe in a higher power, whether you believe in God, whether you believe in Creator, whatever you believe or don't believe, that's none of my business. But I said this, and I said, Creator, the absence of Creator is worse than the presence of the devil. The absence of Creator is worse than the presence of the devil. Y'all took somebody's life, and this is for anybody in the world. You literally take somebody's life for fleeting things that you cannot take when you leave this earth. But I gotta tell you, if it's true, if it's true that the parents were involved, because we all knew, we saw Carol and we're like, oh, she's a terrible actor. We spotted that immediately because we could just see the fake. Like, she was not a very good actor at all. But I'm telling you, I mean, and those who have discernment saw through it. If all the alleged allegations are true, certain people saw it from the start, and they're like, nah, your discernment is fantastic, and I pray for that discernment. I'm constantly asking for my discernment to be improved. The fact that you for riches, temporary riches, wow. And when the money runs out, are you sleeping at night? Are you going to be able to sleep at night? Are you sleeping at night now? unalived a baby girl for money. And even if you weren't her blood father, you raised her. You birthed her. You birthed her. Is that true? And like I said, I'm not shocked. People throw their children to the wind every single minute. It happens around the world. People sell their children around the world all the time, every day, on the hour, if not on the minute. It happens. I'm not naive enough. It happens. I know it happens. But damn, y'all are good actors. If it's true, y'all are good actors. All that talk about God and church. Let me tell you something. And I know a lot of people will say the opposite, but in my life, some of the most wicked people have been people who proclaim to be religious people, whether they claim to be Christians or Muslims or Buddhists or Hindus, whatever religion. Some of the most wicked people on this earth claimed a religion. And some of the best, most ethical, moral, good human beings I've met in my life were atheists. Since I was a kid, anybody who talks a lot of religious things, they're always spewing the Bible and this and that and this and that, and they're constantly quoting and quoting and quoting. I'm always watching them with an eye. Not all religious people are true to their faith. Absolutely, many are true to their faith, but some of the most wicked people are religious people. I just want peace for Adriana. I want her spirit to be at rest and at peace. And I know she's not at rest because of this chaos that's going on in this world. Anyway, I don't even know what to say beyond what I said.